All right, our boy Kevin Durant, Kevin Durantula, Slim Reaper, Easy Money Sniper. He probably has more nicknames as well. But Kevin Durant made some comments and he says he wants to kill the NBA All Star weekend. I don't think those were his exact comments, but we'll get right to it. This just came out. It says 12:04. It's a different time zone than me, so it's probably like an hour ago. But here's Durant right here. If you can't fix it, kill it, says Kevin Durant after a disastrous NBA All Star weekend that fans, players, and pundits seemingly universally despised. Durant is prepared to give the weekend's events the death penalty, even after debuting a new format. So here's Durant's quote right here. I think it's more fun to complain about the NBA than to actually watch it, Durant said on X. Twitter. I don't know why I called it X. I always called it Twitter. But anyway, he says, crazy. Cancel the All Star weekend and let's just give everybody a break since we're so miserable around this time. Just again, he didn't say it, but he's taking shots directly at the fans. He's not talking about the players. He's taking shots basically at the fans and he's saying, hey, if y'all don't appreciate what we can do, then just cancel the All Star weekend. We don't even care. Udonis Haslem made a great point on First Take today. I was watching it, and he says, kind of like the same point I was making in my previous video. He just go ahead and says, Kevin Durant's going to get paid on the 1st and the 15th. All the players are going to get their two checks every month or however they get paid. But basically, he said the players are set. They're good to go. They're set for life financially. They're going to get paid no matter what happens to the league. Say if the league starts getting worse and worse, ratings start going down, which they are. The money's still coming in, the players are going to get paid, so they don't really care. They don't really care about the product at this point. Just like Durant's saying right now, it's more fun to complain about the NBA than to actually watch it. It's not more fun to complain about the NBA than to watch it, Kevin Durant. We wanna watch it. We want it to be good, but the product just sucks right now. Like the All Star game was not good. I wish Kevin Durant would record it and try to sit there for 3 hours and just watch it all the way through without fast forwarding through the commercial breaks or anything like that, and see how hard it is to watch the product y'all are putting out there. Again, I don't think KD's completely wrong. It's fun to complain. I don't think it's fun to complain, but like I said in my previous video, it's the NBA, it's the fans, and it's the players. Those are the three things at fault. When I say the NBA, I mean the media. NBA media, fans, and players. Those are the three things you can blame for, ratings dropping and for the league kind of regressing as it is right now. So Durant right here, he comes out and says it's basically completely the fans' fault. It's more fun to complain about the NBA than to actually watch it. Crazy. Cancel All Star Weekend. Let's give everybody a break since we're so miserable around this time, bro. It's like if I go to let's say I go to see The Weeknd. That's an artist I like. I go to watch a Weeknd show, and The Weeknd comes out and he puts on like a shitty performance. It's not good at all. And he just puts on shitty performances for the rest of his career. And then he starts getting less and less popular. Less people start going to his shows. He's selling less and less tickets. And then in a year, once the weekends came down and down, he's not doing good anymore. He just comes out and says, man, guys, it's more fun to complain about my shows than to actually watch them. What's going on? What's wrong with you fans? Like I'm a god on the stage. I'm so great. Kind of like what Kevin Durant's saying. I'm such a great hooper. If you don't appreciate what I'm doing and my colleagues are doing out on the court, it's your fault. Like you just don't appreciate basketball. Your eyes are broken. You can't see my greatness on the court. And they're just like, dude, like I agree from one point. Yes, it is the fans' fault from some perspective. We bash on the All Star game. We say it sucks all the time, and then it is the media's fault from some perspective as well. They do the same thing. All Star game sucks, and they bash on it all the time. Once you get down to it, like the players are more to blame than anybody. And then Kevin Durant comes out with quotes like this, and he won't even entertain that it's the players' fault at all. Like I don't need him or LeBron to come out and say, hey, it's 100% our fault that the All Star weekend is the way it is. We're not putting in effort. You can see it on the court. They're not putting in, any effort, minimal effort, if anything. Again, I don't need Durant or LeBron to come out and say, it's 100% our fault. But for them to say shit like this and act like you have nothing to do with that at all, and act like you're some god on the court, like I was coming back to my music point. If you're some awesome music artist that puts on amazing shows, just like the NBA players used to put on amazing shows, and they still do sometimes. But you know what I mean? You're a sick music artist. You're on top of the world. And then you put on shitty shows for a whole year straight. And then, you go on tour again and your tour is not selling the tickets it used to sell. It's selling 20% less. And you come out and you tell your fans, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Like, I'm the best artist of all time. I'm a great artist. Just like Kevin Durant, I'm a great basketball artist. And it's y'all's fault. Y'all don't appreciate what I do. Go get some LASIK surgery and fix your eyes or fix your brain so you can appreciate the amazing product I put out. And if you can't do that, if y'all are so miserable, then just cancel the All-Star weekend. Let's give everybody a break. Again, not one thing about the players. None of the players ever mention themselves. Is it 100% the players' fault? I don't think so. It's comment below what you think. I think it's mostly the players' fault, but the fans and media, I guess, have some culpability. But again, it's like the product sucks. It's not fun to complain about the NBA. You put out a shitty product, and then we just say it is what it is. You know what I mean? If you want to be entertaining, then go out there and try. We're not people aren't complaining about nothing. I think the line is down here. Let's see. It's come under fire in recent years. Blah blah blah. I made another video about this, but Draymond Green, he rated the game as 0 out of 10, said it was not basketball when discussing the 5-on-5 tournament with games being played to 40. Draymond Green's the last person to talk about what is and isn't basketball. Oscar Robertson had a quote about him. He was saying maybe it's boring for Draymond because all he does is pass the ball to Steph Curry. And Big O, Oscar Robertson, said that. I don't know if I agree with him so much on that. I think Draymond was a good piece of the Warriors championship teams. They needed him. But again, this was before the game even started, and Draymond's giving the format a 0 out of 1 through 10. So not even the minimum is 1. He went 1 below the minimum down to 0. But that's before the game even starts. So that's why I'm saying the media and fans are somewhat culpable for it. Because say you're on the fringe of being an NBA fan, you're thinking I'm gonna watch the All-Star game tonight. Then you start watching it, and an hour before it starts, Draymond Green says, "Man, this sucks. Like, why would anybody watch this? This sucks." And then you hear that as a fringe fan, and you're like, "Man, I've seen this guy before. He's on the Warriors. They were winning those championships. I know who this is." And if he says it sucks, like, why am I even gonna try to watch it? So that's where the media is kind of at fault there. But I feel like, again, comment below what you think. I feel like it's the majority of the players' fault. Again, if you're a musician, you become super successful with amazing performances, and then you just fall off one day. You start giving shitty performances time and time again, and then you blame your fans. Hey, why aren't you coming out to my shows anymore? Y'all are ungrateful for the god of a musician I am, or for the god of a basketball player I am. It's your fault. It's not our fault. Oh yeah, this is kind of the quote I was paraphrasing. I'm not sure who this was. Let's see, at the Guns show. But yeah, KD, today's a day off for y'all. I'm asking you to rewatch the full live broadcast. This is kind of what I was saying earlier. I actually paraphrased this quote, but with the unreal amount of commercial breaks, everything else today, watch it from your couch, he wrote, and see if you can watch the full event straight through. And it was an all-star game, not ideal. So yeah, like he said, I paraphrased his quote earlier. But yeah, KD, record the whole game, sit on your couch, watch everybody half-ass it, and see the difference between that and the All-Star games you used to watch as a kid. Let's see, it says right here, Durant seemed to back off on his stance a bit. He said, "I get it," he wrote. "My point is, fans complain about everything, like nothing is good enough for the fans right now. Only thing they enjoy is playoffs, trade deadline, free agency, and when players beef with each other, LOL." I guess I get Durant's point from somewhere, I guess. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of complaining, and I guess that's all he hears out there. Kevin Durant, people say he's a hooper's hooper. Stephen A. Smith was saying this morning, I was watching on First Take, he says Kevin Durant never cheats the game. I guess when he's in the game on the basketball court, he doesn't, from like an effort standpoint and playing the game, but he cheated the game really bad when he went to Golden State. Like, of course, LeBron Miami kind of started this all, but Durant has a huge part in what the game is today when he went to Golden State. So I think he cheated the game really bad when he did that. But anyway, just talking about the complaining, this and that. And again, I get back to my musician point. If you were a great musician, and say you still are a great musician, like Durant, he's still a great basketball player. He can put out awesome games and good basketball product out there. But if people are watching you perform your same basketball you used to, perform your same great songs you used to, but they see you're giving it 50% effort, and you don't give a shit, and you can visibly see they're not trying. Another thing, it was actually Udonis Haslam made the point on one of the shows. I think it was First Take this morning. He's saying, it's not people just vocally complaining. People are visually complaining because you see the ratings just going down and down and down. People say, "Oh, it's all the streaming services. It's the streaming services now." Yet the NFL's their ratings haven't come down at all. So, I know a lot of the younger people these days are using the streaming services, using different things. So it's not so much people watching on cable, but they factor in Amazon, all these other streaming services they have, and then the NBA ratings just still aren't good. So again, comment below what you think. I think this is such an out of touch quote by Kevin Durant, and I love Kevin Durant as a hooper. He's an awesome hooper. He's super fun to watch, of course, but has just such an out of touch quote rather. Again, what was he saying? Yeah, it's more fun to complain about the NBA than to actually watch it. Again, just so out of touch. Comment below what you think, but it's like put some effort into it. Like I don't know what y'all are watching or what y'all think is going on the court. If y'all are running up and down and you feel like, man, this is an intense game. We're really putting that work in. And I don't know if you've heard the point. I've said it before, but Stephen A said it as well. It's not like we want you to play like you're in the NBA Finals. Just play like you're at UCLA. Play like you're in the off season warming up for the season, because they put in way more effort, in an open gym where they're warming up in the off season than they do into the All-Star game. Half court 3-point shots and wide open dunks are not impressive anymore. Like just put in some effort. Play some kind of defense. Like Victor Wembanyama's out there swatting dude shots. I heard the point they should make it a national team versus a USA team. That way, the national guys don't want to let their country down. The United States guys don't want to let America down. And maybe that would work. I don't know. Just back to Udonis Haslam's point, I don't think the guys even give a shit anymore. Kevin Durant obviously doesn't, at least not about the All-Star game. Again, just point out how it's more fun to complain about the NBA than actually watch it. Just single out the fans every single time. It's always the fans' fault. I'm a god of a basketball player. You should appreciate what I'm doing. If not, your eyes are broken. And, it's just so annoying. Like I said before, the media and the fans have some culpability. Because say if you're a newer fan and all you hear is, the media and your older friends just saying, "Man, the NBA sucks. NBA sucks." You're never gonna tune in to watch it. If all I hear about a new movie is, "Man, that movie sucks. That movie sucks," I'm probably not gonna watch the movie. So kind of the same thing for the NBA with the fans and the media. But number one up top, it's the players. If the players are putting out an awesome product, no one's going to complain about the product. The way the All Star game is playing, it's a microcosm of the way that NBA games are played. It's just wide open layups and open threes, and a minimum amount of defense. At least in the regular season, there is more defense. There are teams that play defense, but again, just a microcosm of the NBA as a whole. The All Star game, just wide open threes, just minimal effort, and yeah, it's just so annoying for Kevin Durant to say this. I don't think he's completely wrong. Like I said, fans and media have some culpability, but it's so annoying when players make comments like this. Again, comment below what you think. If you have an example for me, I've never heard one NBA player take culpability and say, it's 1% the player's fault. Like they won't admit at all that it's the player's fault. It's like dude, if you can't admit there's a problem, that's the first step to fixing a problem, is admitting that there's a problem. And the players need to admit that they have an effort problem, and then from there, maybe we can start fixing the All-Star game. But yeah, please comment below what you think. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video as well.